to review Married at First Sight, Season 9, Episode 10. Recommit or quit. I say, stay for the money, run for the hills. What will the couples do? Y'all, I am just tired. I'm tired. I am so tired of these couples. Yes, I am. But before we talk about that, I must say Pastor Cal was on the money this week. And for that, I am using my husband's cup, best husband ever. Pastor Cal gave us some good advice. If you have not subscribed to Church Girls Want to Get Married too, please be sure to do so. Please subscribe. Check just to make sure you have subscribed. Please share this out. And I just want to say thank you guys for joining me Wednesday evenings at 8:30 for the live review. It's interactive. So I just want to remind you guys that on Wednesday nights at 8:30, what I do is the live interaction chat. I'm watching the show. You're watching the show. We're talking about it. I'm reading your comments. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for those live interactive shows. Because if you didn't join me, I would be talking to myself. So I really appreciate it. And yes, of course, the review. Oh, by the way, I am wearing my Choose Happy shirt because this is a choice you have to make. Denise, good morning, my darling Denise. I'm wearing my Choose Happy shirt. And I am not wearing anything on my face. Somebody said they can't see my freckles. Can you see it? And usually I don't wear a lot of makeup. I just wear like tinted moisturizer. So there go my freckles. Because you guys say y'all can't see my freckles. And yes, if you send me a t-shirt, I will wear it on my shirt. Of course, it has to be classy. Okay. Nothing freaky. Okay. Yes. So this week, for the first time in Married at First Sight history, the couples get at the 4 weeks mark to make a decision if they want to stay throughout the entire 8 weeks or do they want to quit. Remember, few seasons ago, Denise, what season was that? When Heather was matched with Dave, was it Dave? You know, he was smoking the weed in the islands. And Heather was like, "Well, what?" And she didn't say. After the honeymoon, she ran for it. Derek, thank you, Denise. Oh, what would I do with Denise without Denise? Derek. Heather was matched with Derek. And after the honeymoon, she was like, "I'm out." Now, that would be me. Claudia, good morning. Thank you for joining me. That would be me because I don't do smoking. I would never marry a man who smokes. My husband is a wonderful man, but if he was a smoker, I would have passed him up. Okay. Also, we're thinking because of last season with Luke and Kate endured a lot of abuse for lack of a better word, abuse from Luke. You know, he was having sex with her and told her not to tell the experts. We're thinking that they was doing it all along. They've been doing it. Okay. And so I think the experts are the producers, because you know what I was thinking? There's a lot of rumor going out, but we have to remember that the experts are working for the show, right? You know, we were told, Denise, in other seasons, season 2, remember, that the producers are the ones that really pick the couples based on what they want to. Let me get some tissue. Based on the results they want to have. Sometimes they match them for drama. In season 2, we learned Sean. I really like Sean. He was from New Jersey. That Sean was one of the producers' cousins. And so they picked him and just found a girl to match him with. And of course, Davina. That didn't work out very well. And then we learned that they were only showing up at the apartment to tape. So they weren't even, by the end of the show, they weren't even together. They were just ending up at the apartment to tape. And if you look at one of the last episodes, Davina was in the bed in her coat. She had just got there with a coffee cup and in the bed with her coat. Okay. Matt, this season, the rumor mill has it that this was just a gig that Matt's agent got for him. Those are the rumors on the YouTube and the Facebook and the Twitter streets that this is a gig for him. Excuse me. So that's why Matt's expression is like, "Wait, y'all looking at me and talking to me like y'all don't know what this is," right? So rumor, that's a rumor. Rumor alert. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Yes. Luke allowed it because she really wanted it to work. The same way Amber really, she said she will do anything to make this work, but I'm going to get to it. Okay. So recommit or quit, stay for the money. Yes, they do get paid, Denise, right? In season 2, we learned from Jessica Castro that they got $50,000. Now, I'm not sure if it's 50,000 each or Tashir. It sounded as if uh, uh, she was saying it's 50,000 each because she was saying that money was done after taxes and something. That money was done. Another season, they gave the couples 5,000 each. 5,000 each for their apartment, so it's not like they're coming out of their pockets because it's not like I'm just going to give up my apartment, move in. I still have to pay rent where I live, and so this season, what came to me? I think this company where they're renting these rooms is an advertisement for them. Can you imagine how many people will want to rent from whatever that place is that they're living in? Can you just imagine? So maybe this is not the producers on the show is probably not even paying this company for them to stay there because it's a big advertisement for them. You know how we do. You wash my hand, I wash your back. Okay, let me see what Denise is saying. So this season, for the first time this season, the couples are recommit or quit, and I think it's good. I think it's good, even though the couple they're not leaving because they signed a contract that they're going to go throughout. And I think Denise, if they leave, they're not going to get paid. So hey, they're all recommit for the money. I don't think they're all going to end up together. They're just staying together for the money, So they should say recommit. Stay for the money, run for the hills. That's why I name it. They pay all expenses. Correct, right. They do get paid. Uh Denise and Matt is a douche. They make a little bit more. It's each. So 50,000 each. From season 2, that's what we heard, okay, through the rumor mill that they got paid 50,000 each from and season 2, and this is season 9. So they're at least, I think somebody said at least 100,000 each. Something I don't know. Okay. So again, for the first time, the couples will decide at 4 weeks if they're going to stay together or they go into. So the couples wake up. Greg and Deonna Cam in bed. Of course, Deonna, she has on her head wrap. Amber's opening up the window. Matt's working out. Crazy Beth is curled up on the bed in a fetal position as if she is a baby. No shots of Jamie. Greg meets with his friend Pastor Pico. Woo, that boy was laying down some wisdom. I was like, go ahead and preach it. He needs to write a book. That boy, he was laying down some wisdom. He said, one of the fears that Greg has is since she hasn't been in a relationship 10 years, how was she going to feel with space? Right? That sounds like Amber, who didn't want Matt to use the other bathroom down the hall. But Deonna's been doing very well with space, sharing space and giving him his space, and he's giving her. Thank you so much. Thank you for those thumbs up. I appreciate them. Biggest challenge is Greg says she's hard to read. I hate that. This is not dating, okay? In dating, you have to read. My new book is coming soon. In dating, you have to read the person. What are they saying? And based on what they say, what do they mean? Because some people, like Matt, is saying one thing, but their actions is not exactly lined up with what they are saying. And I just feel tired. I'm tired of Deonna. So I can imagine how tired Greg is trying to pull the information out of her. And I guess you do have to have a little bit of hesitation because you're not sure the marriage is going to work out, but you are married, Deonna. So I think she needs to open up a little bit more, and Greg should not have to work so hard to get the. It's like you have constipation trying to get it out because she's protecting her heart. Okay, and I think she needs to open up a little bit. He said that he have to find the right questions. Why? 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 And she admits she needs to learn to communicate more. He said, listen to Pastor Pico. I don't gave him a pastor. Awesome. He said, things you don't like, and what if they never change? Yes, because we cannot change people. And so when you are dating, you notice some things that this person might need to adjust to make you want to choose them, but you have to wonder, what if those things never change, right? With Derek and Heather, what if they were dating and he say, I've let a guy go once because he was a smoker. Absolutely not. Oh, I'm gonna stop. No, you're not, because if you was gonna stop, you would have stopped. So now you meet me, and you know I don't like a guy that smokes. So you're telling me what you want me to hear. No, so I let him go. And so in dating, you have to look at those things you do not like and say, if they never change, can I live with those things? Will I be happy with those things? Will those things drive me insane? Will those things drive me crazy? And so Pico said, things you don't like, and what if they never change? You can't change a person. That person has to change because they want to. And some people change for you for a moment. And as soon as they get comfortable, they go back to being who they are. This is why dating, gathering data to make an informed decision is important. But unfortunately, the couples are not dating, they are married. He said, that boy was preaching. He says, are her imperfections perfect for you? Ooh, I said, what did you say? I had to rewind that about 10 times. In dating now, but they're married. Are the person's imperfections perfect for you? Okay, I wrote that. I thought my husband and I never lived together, never shacked up, never did anything like that before we were married. If I knew he stayed in the bathroom for a whole hour, when we were house hunting, I would have made having two bathrooms a must have. When I was house hunting, we were house hunting, having a third floor apartment for my daughter, because my daughter was 19 when I got married, was a single mom. She was 19, she was an adult. So having a third floor apartment with her own room, her own bathroom was an absolute must have. I passed up many, many homes in this area because they did not have a third floor with a bathroom. Okay. And so I wrote down here, if I knew my husband stays in the bathroom for a whole hour, I would have put down must have a second bathroom. I hate to share a bathroom with my husband. So I don't know what Amber's complaining about. She just don't know. She has control problems and abandonment issues. So you have to think, is there imperfection? Like Pico say, is that person's imperfection perfect for you? In other words, can you live with it? Like today, I got up early, put the coffee on, put a load of wash in the laundry, went up to use the bath. He in there. I said, okay, just come back. Came back a couple of minutes. He's still in the bathroom. I said, Mike, what you doing? He said, baby, I'm sorry, I got to go. You know what that means? I had to wait a whole hour for it to air out, for it to air out. And I didn't want to go upstairs to the third floor to use my daughter's bathroom because I don't know what I'm going to walk into. Because you know I am partially. So he said, made so much that is her imperfections perfect for you? He said, if it's not going to work out, listen to what he said. Y'all might get the check and call it a day. So Pico, no, they're getting paid. They are getting paid because he said, you might as well get the check, call it a day. Okay. Greg says, not sharing her feelings, but can see her actions. So that's a little mixed up for us women, right? Because women, we express our feelings, and guys, we pay attention to their actions. And that's what Pastor Cal talked to the husbands about. Your actions, your actions. You can say what you want to say as much as you want to say it. But if your actions does not line up with your words mean absolutely nothing, single ladies that are dating. Okay, shacking up 5, 6, 7, 10 years. We gonna get married. Well, when we gonna get married? So if those actions are not lining up, the words don't mean nothing. Greg said, I can't sustain this forever. Of course you can. That's a struggle. Like a struggle to try to figure out what is she doing, what is she feeling, what that means. in marriage, it has to come to a place where you are vulnerable to each other, right? Because you are married. Thank you guys so much for those thumbs up. Thank you. Because in marriage, you have to be vulnerable, right? He says something later. He says, I will protect your heart the way I protect my heart. And so, in order for him to protect her heart, she has to be vulnerable. And yes, I do understand because she later said, I need more time. I understand this is a fast paced thing. Pico, brother Pico, he says, if her imperfections is not perfect for you, if you cannot sustain this forever, he said, on that grounds, she has to move for you to grow. In other words, Diona has to adjust, realign, and grow. And what grow means? Movement. We are moving. We are not stagnant in one position, staying in the same place without us growing and moving. Because if a thing is not growing, then guess what? It is dead. Okay. That's why God says, who God has put together, let no man put asunder, apart. Divorce is something dead. It's like it's dead. It's dead. Time to move on. Bury the dead. And then he said, if we work out, we're here to celebrate. If not, we'll pick up the pieces. And I wrote down Pico is from the motherland because our African brothers and sisters, they have that. They have a look. When I see them, that's why I was a little something about Greg. I just couldn't put my finger on it. But when I saw Pico and somebody say he's African descent, so he must be first generation African born here. Because when you see when I see my African brothers and sisters that came straight from the motherland, I can tell, oh, they came straight from the motherland. Okay, those of us that we were sold and traded and all this, we know we're descendants of Africans, but we're not like Greg and Pico. Their parents were actually Africans. They actually came from the motherland. Okay, and I am very surprised, Greg, because our African brothers and sisters, they're serious about getting married. So I'm kind of worried and disturbed, and I'm wondering, Greg, you ain't found no African sisters to hook up with. Your daddy didn't try to hook you up with one of the African sisters. Hmm. Oh. At least somebody related or something. So, unless he just doesn't like the sisters straight from the motherland. I don't know. Lots of questions. Okay. So basically, I'm tired of Dion. I'm tired. This episode, I'm just tired. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I'm just so tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of them all. Keith and Iris with the whole sex dice. I'm tired of her too. Now, I will admit, again, I'm drinking water, that I do not think Iris should sleep with Keith until after the 8 weeks that she is sure their marriage is going to work out, because she is an alleged virgin. Because if it doesn't work out, we all are going to drag Keith and say he's the scum of the earth. You took her virginity. You didn't stay with her. You are a no good piece of man. All of y'all is all the same. So y'all know we're going to be doing this. Me included. So I don't think she should sleep with him. But I do think she can open up more. She can loosen up without loosening up, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? They're having issues with intimacy, so they gave them the sex dice exercise. I have those dice, y'all. They gave them our for my bachelor party. I got dice and bells and whips and all kinds of stuff. So the first one said, blow your body. So he said, let me blow in your ear. That used to be a thing. He said, that didn't get you off. She was like, nope. Then the next thing is touch toes. And their question was, it touch toes, kiss the toes? What that mean? Massage the toes? No, I'm not a toe person. So, okay, Iris, I'm going to let her have that. She said she did a voice on. She said she's not feeling the game. It has to do a lot with feeling, touching, licking, sucking, tickling, and kissing. And they're not there yet. But Iris, you have confessed to doing other things. So how is that you can do other things? Don't have any lollipops. My daughter ate them all. But you can't touch and kiss and tickle. I have a problem with that. And yes, again, ladies, I do not think she should sleep with him. Okay, remember that. I am one of those who don't think she should sleep with him. So then they flipped and it says massage lips. And she asks, what does that mean? And Kid says, well, what do you think it means? And she turned it around. She said, well, let's just kiss. So I'm asking y'all, what y'all think massage lips mean? What kind of lips were they talking about? What y'all think that meant? Leave it in the comments for me. What y'all think about massage lips? Okay. And they talk about the kissing the body, and she was just like disturbed. She kissed his shoulders, and he was like, "What?" And she kept flipping until it flipped to something she was comfortable. Child, just tired. Touch boobs. She was like, "No, not gonna happen." Come on, Iris. Come on. Blow boobs. She was like, "No, thank you. That's not gonna happen." He said she's acting real childish and she's so immature and she needs to loosen up. And I'm like, Iris girl, I'm rooting for you. And I don't think you should give up the cookie, but come on, you got to do a little something. You have to do a little something to make him feel comfortable. Kind of make him think he's gonna get it, but he's not gonna get it, but just go as far enough just to keep him comfortable until the 8 weeks is over. Denise said Iris is a pretender for the street. Then they took the kissing toes. And she was like, you could tell Pastor Cal, you could tell Dr. Vivian, you could tell Dr. Pepper, I don't care. And Keith was like, you need to grow up. And she was like, chill out. Oh, I'm just so tired. And then he said, if we're not going to play the game, we might as well. She was like, yeah, we might as well quit. I'm tired, y'all. If y'all don't see me next week, you know what happened. You guys don't say, well, I guess Janice was just tired. Iris, all of them tired. Then she told her to shut the heck up. I feel as if, and she said last week that she feels that he should just be so grateful and thankful that he's married to a virgin. Don't forget, Keith is a Keith is a he ain't got time for virgins. Camera flashes to Cray Beth, aka Beth. She said Jamie left 2 days ago. She's confused, she's lost, questioning her integrity. Integrity, Beth? Girl, that's a word you should not use. Do you even know what integrity is? Because next week we see you call Dr. Viviana a. So what kind of integrity and character are you talking about? Do you even know what that word means, Beth? Because you see, Beth throws everything off on Jamie, but she's just as guilty and wrong as Jamie. Let's not forget what she said about him last 2 weeks ago. She's confused about herself. I don't understand. You've been married. You've known this man for 4 weeks, and in 4 weeks, he's able to make you be confused and questioning yourself. 4 weeks. So you don't know who you are. If somebody can come into your life and tell you you're nobody or whatever, not that he said that, and all of a sudden you're now believing what they said versus, good morning, Sherman, darling. Good morning. Share this out if you have a community talk, please. Does it feel good to be called a, you know what, starts with a C. He called her a materialistic C. Starts with a C, ends with a T, and he was absolutely wrong for that. Name calling should never be. I might talk about you and call you something, for the cast, call them something on, behind their backs, but I would never call her I would never see her in the street and say, "Hey, Cray Beth," right? We're talking about the show. We're discussing the show. That's something different versus. So Jamie was absolutely wrong for calling him the C word or any word. I know my husband and I don't use no word. If it's not encouraging, honey, baby, sweetie, darling, sweetie, cherry, sweetie, pop, don't say it. As a matter of fact, I can tell when my husband is upset because when he's upset, he's annoyed with me, he calls me Janice. He never calls me Janice. So when he says Janice, I know something's wrong. What happened now? What I did, what I said. I know. He said when I'm upset and he want to call me baby, I'm like, don't call me baby. I'm not your baby. My name is Janice. Call me Janice. Okay. Did you guys see her reaction after she packed up the celebration, the month anniversary stuff, and put it in the closet? What was that? Did y'all see that? She looked off and she was like, I don't know what that was. Did you guys see that? Was I the only one that saw that? Okay, next to Amber and Matt, I'm tired of her crying. I am so tired of Amber. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I am so tired of Amber crying. The ears on my feet. I'm tired. I'm like, Lord Jesus, the girl is crying again. What now? What now? Well, come to find out, Matt didn't come home for 2 days. Okay. Matt didn't come home again for 2 days. 2 whole days. And see, this explains it. That's why I am not ready to throw Matt under the bus. I know y'all don't like him. I know y'all think he's a bad guy, but I think it's not fair that we're putting all the burden on Matt and Jamie without putting any of the responsibility on and the burden on the wives. In Matt's case, Amber is extremely clingy, extremely needy. Hello, this is the woman that did not want him to use the other bathroom. Okay? So you want to tell me you have two bathrooms in one house, and I am so clingy. I have so many issues. I am so needy. I am so desperate that you using the other bathroom scares me. Come on. So being married to her, of course he want to get away. He want to run for the hills. Run for the hills, Matt. Matt should have run for the hills. But he stayed. They all stayed for the money. Again, the cameras that edited, they tried to bamboozle us. Pay attention to those cameras. Amber comes in the apartment. 6:30, couches to the wall, nothing on the counter. 9:15, couches turned this way to the kitchen. 11 p.m., stuff is back to 6:30. 1:35 a.m., she's up crying. Matt haven't heard from Matt all day. All day. And she's crying, I just want Matt to come home. Home? Where is home? Matt ain't got no home. Remember, Matt is, what's the word they use? Transient. He's a rolling stone. Wherever he lay, what's the song? Wherever he lay was his home. Wherever he placed his hat, something. So she's talking about, I want Matt to come home. Oh, Matt don't want to come home to you. That's another thing, ladies. We have to make the home so that they want to come home to us. She's too needy. She's too needy and desperate. She said, feels like it's rejection. Yes, Amber. He is rejecting you. And when Amber is talking to us, she's making so many sense. And I'm sitting up and I'm like, yes, she's getting it. And then he comes in the house and she's smiling and she jumps on him and gives him the cookie. She says when he doesn't come home, it says that he doesn't want to be with her. He don't. Amber, he does not like you. He does not want to be married to you. He does not want to be with you. He does not want to be married to you under the same roof with you. He don't want to be with you. Get it in your head, Amber. I just want to see her get it. I just want Amber to get it. She says when he doesn't come home, it says that she's not enough. You're not enough. He doesn't want to be married to you, Amber. He doesn't like you. Let me see who matched. Matt should have been matched with. I was about to say Davina. Nah. Mm-mm. Matt needed to be matched with a girl that's glammy and rumor has it that Matt likes exotic girls. Exotic, whatever that means. Exotic. And Amber's just plain. The girl won't even put some lip gloss on. Lip gloss, Amber. Put it on, okay? Lip gloss, okay? She said, I pray that he comes home. I want him to hold me. I will do anything to make it work. Desperate, needy, clingy, abandonment issues. And I'm thinking, Matt, I hope when she gives you the cookies that you are protecting your investment. Protect your investments. Protect your investment, or else she will try to trap you like Shawnee's did Jeppeth. And no, a woman can't really trap a man, but we all know women who have babies for these men thinking that he's going to stay, and he might stay for a minute, but eventually he's going to get up. You don't believe me? Think about it. How many guys and girls have shacked up for years, make 5 and 6 baby with her, get up and marry a girl he met in 3 months? I'm a writer. Trust me. I see it all the time. So I'm hoping that he's but I think Jeff has he's staying for a moment. For a moment. They're not gonna last. But Matt, I don't think Matt would, even if Amber gets prego, I don't think Matt would stay. He wouldn't stay. He would not stay. Sherman says, speaking honestly, Janet, my favorite on the show. I love Iris and Keith, but I can't take on she with I'm a Virgin. We need some action. Yes, yes. I'm just tired. So it's 21 days before decision day. I'm tired. I'm ready. Like, get to the end. Fast forward, please. I'm worn out. I am worn out with these couples. Okay. Pastor Cal says most are genuine, but some just go through the motions when their cameras is there. And we've seen it, right? We've seen it all season 2. Remember season 2? Sean and Davina was over. They only came to the apartment to film. Season 1, I am so upset about Monet and Vaughn. I think they could have worked if Monet had brought it down a whole lot more. She talked about she wanted to be a traditional wife, but she wasn't ready to give up her single lifestyle to be a wife. The wife that Vaughn needs. And the wife she said she wanted to be. She wasn't ready. So again, first time they're going to recommit or quit. Pastor Cal meets with Greg. Greg gives his little statement. I felt as if he wasn't entirely honest. And Pastor Cal said, gloves off. What will it take for you to say yes? He says she struggled with her expressing her feelings and opening up. And he said he don't want to force it, and he does not want to seem needy. And I think Deanna have used those words to him. But ladies, we have to remember, men want to feel needed. Leah, hi Leah, welcome. Men want to feel needed. Because usually women are the one that we say, well, she's so needy, like Amber, she's extremely needy. And the guy is running away. And she's running behind him. Like, I need you to come home, call me, be with me, marry me, make babies with me, be happy with me. He don't want to. But Greg is needy. Greg is the type of man that needs a whole lot of. Amber should have been matched with Greg. Amber should have been matched because they're both two needy people. Okay, Greg is needy. Like he 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 needs a lot of what Amber needs. Somebody that's there, that's going to give you everything you need, like cuddle you and kiss you, and sort of like my 4-year-old. He's a big boy in the day, but at nighttime he just wants to be all up on me, hands in my shirt. I nursed him for 3.5 years, legs all over his mommy. Just needy, needy. I just need my mommy. You know. So this here he comes. What would happen for you to say no? She's not opening up, more sharing. They're not growing. Pastor Cass, I don't want you to feel emotionally unfulfilled. He says she's down here, I'm up here, so they're not even close or on the same level. And Pastor Cass asked him, "Are you committed?" He said he's committed. Pastor Cass said, "Are you in love?" Or no. He said, "I want to fall in love." And Pastor Cal said something my daddy told me. I thought my daddy was crazy when he told me this at 19. He said, "Never fall in love." I was like, "You're so crazy, old man. You crazy. Someone never fall in love." What do you mean never fall in love? Till I got older and I started really, really dating and I understood. Pastor Cal said, "Grow in love." Same thing my daddy said, "Grow in love." Grow in love. Ladies, that's why Amber's in trouble now. I believe that Amber is head over heels in love with Matt. That's why she's always crying because he don't want her. She don't want to come. He don't want to come home because she has fallen in love with him versus growing in love. And you see, that's why when my husband told me in 3 months he loved me, I said thank you because I wasn't finished getting all the data I needed to make an informed decision about him. And so you grow. Every day you learn something, you open up just a little bit more, you love him a little bit more. You don't fall head in first, and then your feet is up in the air dangling, and now you find out he don't love you, you're trying to get out. He says he's committed, he's here for the long haul. Okay. Deanna meet with Dr. Coles. She said they're getting along, they're figuring out their similarities, their opposite. I feel as if she wasn't entirely honest too in that place. To say yes, she said she sees this for forever, trying to be the best version of herself. Remember last week she says, "I'm afraid he's not gonna like me for who I really am," and I'm trying to figure out who is Deanna, who is this girl, who are you? Because we don't know who you are if you keep talking about best version of yourself, not liking for who you are. She says she doesn't articulate her feelings well. That's good because you don't. Um, she the, Dr. Cole said how to make him feel love, and she went on to say all the things I do: clean up, I wash, I walk the dog. You need anything? And she said, "Well," Dr. Cole said, "Well, that's the friend zone. Those are things you want a roommate to do, right?" Dr. Cole asked, "So what would make you say no?" Deanna said, "I don't see that happening. I'm gonna say yes." So she's like, "Working or not, I'm gonna say yes." She asked a very important question. She said, "Can you love him?" What did Pastor Cal say? Love is a decision. That's what he said 2 seasons ago. And he said it again this season. It's a decision. She says she's growing to get there and she just needs time. I can see that, right? Because it takes time to show you who this person is and what are they like. And yes, Greg is a nice guy and so on and so, but I really do believe she's not physically or sexually attracted to him. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy, but that passion part is just not there. It's just not there for her. Dr. Cole's asked, "Are you committed to the marriage?" She said, "Yes." She's gonna work hard. She's gonna be mindful, and she said a lot of words that I love. She said, "What to grow." She talks about her foundation and grow into. That's important. But Deanna, building a foundation and growing takes movement, and we're not moving. Right? We're not moving. Okay. Sherman said, "I like Deanna and Greg, but Greg's sex drive is way about Deanna own. Above hers? Is that what you mean? Yeah. Yeah. Guys in there, Keith, age 27. Well, from the term, the men sex drives. Woo! Their start at, let's say 18, because 18 you're an adult. You can do what you want to do. Their start at 18 where it's just out of control. So they need a whole lot. So this once a month thing is not going to work out. Okay. Sherman, yes, you're sure right. Amber and Greg, that is a yes. They would have been a good match because they have what they both need. They're both needy and they will both be caring for each other. Diona and Matt should have been matched because Matt, I'm sure Diona was like, okay, whatever, come back when you want to come back. Diona was like, okay, 2 days, great. Jackson, hello, Sherman. I think the sexual problem is the same problem Jamie and Pray Beth have. Faithia, hello, my darling. So this is a review, but hey, live interaction. I love it. I think Jamie's not laying the pipe. I honestly think Jamie is not laying the pipe. He ain't laying it. You know, she said, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. She said it. Okay. Matt is me with Pastor Cal. I hollered. I was like, ah! Matt hasn't been home in 2 days. Pastor Cal asked him, how is it going? He says, going. They're in a good place. Did a good job of building foundation, solid foundation. Matt, Pastor Cal took off his glasses. He said, we're talking about you and Amber, right? He was like, yeah. Pastor Cal was like, don't BS me. Where you been? Where you been at when the cameras are not on? Matt, where are you? He said, clearing my mind, clearing my mind, clearing my mind. You know, he just so like nonchalant, like clearing my mind. Sometimes I need my own space and my own time, and I have to agree with him. Unfortunately, he was matched with this person that sucks the very life out of him. It's like she's so needy. And oh, I'm tired just talking about. I'm tired. I'm ready to go take a nap, and I'm supposed to be taking my kids to Sesame Place at 2 o'clock after this. And I'm tired. I'm ready to go take a nap because Amber sucks the life out of him. He needs space. He needs time away from Amber. She's too needy, extremely needy. Okay. Then the camera cuts to Amber and Dr. Coles. And she said, and we all knew it, Matt is different on camera than he is online. He's living a double life. She said, I might see Matt one day of the 4 days. Exactly, because he's just showing up to take the show, Amber. He's not in it. He has checked out. Matt, this is a gig for Matt. They told him you just have to be there and show or record twice a week. So now you want me to be there 24/7? No, this is a gig for Matt. Once out of 4 days? What? Mm-mm. She said last night he spent the night at his friend's house and his friend wasn't even there. Either he's with another girl, he said he's not, or he's just tired. Thank you guys for those thumbs. Y'all going really good today with those thumbs. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I owe y'all, I owe y'all, I owe y'all. Okay. She said he ignored the text. Yeah, she's a stalker. She said she really wanted this badly. She's like Shawnee's. She wanted to be loved. And we all want to be loved, but love is a choice. He has to choose to love you. He has to choose to want to be there for you. He has to choose to want to protect you. He has to choose to want to provide for you. You can't force a man, ladies. We cannot force the men to love us, want us, provide for us, protect us, come home. We can't force them. They have to want to do it. They have to want to do it. And she said she feel like that he has another girlfriend. And Dr. Costa, do you feel that in your gut? She said, yeah. So Matt might have a side chick. She said, what would make you to say no? She said, if today was decision day, I would say no. So she's saying no based on what happened. Matt has been home in 2 days, so I'm gonna say no. Which I would have been. Committed, she said, she's gonna give it her all. And Dr. Costa's like, why you want to do that? Give it your all. Marriage takes two people working at it to make it work. She cannot make this marriage work alone. Those of us that are married, ladies, I know the men, they mess up, they lie, they cheat, they make babies in the street, and you still talk about I'm gonna keep my vows. What vows? He done broke the vows. I'm going to give it my all. Wrong. You're in this by yourself because it takes both of us. Both of us stood at the altar and say, I do. Not one of us. Matt with Pastor say, we thought you were a great guy, but you're a lousy husband. Watch Matt's expressions. Matt is annoyed because he's like, my agent told me this is a gig, and no, you don't want me to do all of this. And he's like, what? Wait, what? What? Pastor Costa, where you at? You have another girl? And he's like, the fact that that's even a question is disappointing. Matt, we have to think you have another girl. Matt, you don't come home for 2 days. Matt, Amber don't see you 4 days. Where you at? Where you been? Of course, we're going to think you have another girl. Pastor Castle, what's wrong? Talk to me. He's saying stressful. She's choking me. We're so needy. She's sucking the life out of him. He asked him, "Are you committed? I care about her." Uh, he's like, I'm gonna show you. Matt, please. Matt, don't check out. On to Iris and Keith. Iris she just talked too much. Like it's like blah 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 blah. I'm just like, what did she say? Because I'm tired. Thank you. Thank you, Denise, for sharing. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate it. But they don't communicate. Right. He's gone. And they don't communicate. Sherman, Jamie, like, he cannot handle crazy Beth. Leah said, true, Matt has to want to be there for Amber. Yeah, he don't. Sherman said, Amber needs to lay. She needs to. I just want her to see her put on her Supergirl and just be like, no, we're not having sex. I don't care what you do. I'm just here for the money. Pay me my money so I can go. Okay. What's going on? Hey, says you expect their all because you give your all. Matt did not say there's no other girl. Yes, you right. Yes. We expect their all because you're giving us. We're giving them our all. So we're expecting you to be in this. And you're right. He did not say there is not another girl. Woo! It's gonna come out. Matt got him another girl. What's going on? You're right. She said, I'm assuming what's going on is a girl because her person thing is pink. Said Matt did not say he did not have a girl. There was no other girl. He didn't deny it. He said for you to think so disappointing, but he didn't deny it. You're so right. So I just skipped over whatever Iris said to Dr. Coles because she just talks too much. She said, Dr. Coles, what would you say? Yes. Girl, crazy. I gotta find another name for her. She said, the fact that this is a precious gift, like he should be happy that this is a precious gift. And I want to give this precious gift to him. And this is a precious gift. And it's a gift and it's a gift. And it's my virginity and this is my identity. And he should think that it's just so precious. And he should be happy that he's married to a virgin. And I'm tired. She said he's taking it as a challenge. And Dr. Colson says something I never think about. She says, stop saying take. I think I mentioned it last week. If he take it, it's, that word, R word. If he takes it, right? You, Iris, have to give it to him. It's not like a married couple. We're laying in the bed. He want to get busy and he just initiate and go at it, right? It's not like that with her. She's an alleged virgin, so he can't just initiate and go at it. She has to say, I'm ready to do this. Come on, let's get busy. Okay. And if at any time she says no, he has to stop. Because then that would be okay. She said, what would make you say no? She said, emotional. She said, she's so. I be matched with, think that somebody he gonna be okay with you being a virgin. And again, I want to remind you guys, I do not think she should sleep with him before the 8 weeks because if he does and they do not stay together, we are all gonna drag it. Okay. She said she was hoping matched with somebody who would be okay with her being a virgin. Marriage. First thing God told Adam and Eve to become one. Do you know how a man and a woman become one? That's how they become one. You can't become one without, excuse me. Therefore shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. You can't cleave to husband and wife cannot cleave until you become one flesh, and you can only become in one flesh when the ding-a-lingy go in the kitty catty. That's the only way. When the ding-a-lingy go in the kitty catty, that's the only way you can become one flesh. And then the first commandment he gave them, he says, multiply. Be fruitful and multiply. You know what that means? Put the ding-a-lingy in the kitty catty and make babies eat. Okay? That's the only way we can become one flesh. Only way. So I don't know how you married, you come in this process as a virgin. She should not have come in this process because she's a virgin. Alleged. And expect the man that you are married to. Marriage, big part of marriage is dingling in the kitty catty. And expect him to be okay with it. And again, I am one of those people. I think I'm the only person who think that she should not put the ding-a-lingy in the kitty catty until after the 8 weeks because we want to make sure it works. Because if it doesn't work, we are all going to drag Keith, me included, say what a terrible man he is for taking her kitty catty and not staying with her. Okay. Dr. Cole says something we've been saying for a long time. Iris is hiding behind her virginity. She don't know who she is. She do not know who her identity is. Her identity is her being a virgin. Okay? Goes back to those of us women of color with the I'm a strong, independent Black woman. That's our identity. We don't know who we are behind the strong, Black, independent Black woman. And so that's why many strong, independent Black women are not married, and you meet with the guy and you're wondering, well, I'm a great woman, what's wrong? Because you are leading with the strong, Black, independent Black woman. And for men like my husband, the strong, independent Black woman attitude does not work. Okay. No, some man who needs you to be the mama, the daddy, the wife, take care of him, that's going to work. But if you want the man that we want, the strong, independent Black woman attitude is not going to work. We have to know who we are outside of that. And Iris does not know who she is outside of her being a virgin. She don't know who she is. I'm a virgin. That's who she is. What that means. And so for those of you ladies, who are you? Deanna, who are you? Keep saying, I want him. I don't know if he's going to like me for who I really am, my full potential, my what she said, my person, a best version of me. What that means? Who's the worst version of you? Then she start talking more. And Dr. Vivian, oh, she gives some great advice. She said, you could shower together. I don't show my husband child. The bathroom is too little and tight. And I'm going to be like, oh, I got to get out. Oh, I got to get out. I got to get out. When we move in our dream house, we have to have 2 bathrooms and we have to have a big bathroom. Okay, so me and Big Mike can take a shower together and get in the tub together. And she said something, you could feed each other. I love that. Mike and I, we feed each other, right? And she said, get the glitter and you could put it parts that is okay with you. And I love that. I love it. Okay. So you can say, I'm okay with you kissing here, touching you. Okay. Let me read the comments since this is a live review and interactive. Okay. What's going on? I love you too. What's going on? I love you. Love you. Thanks for joining me. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Okay, Sherman says she likes to give him sex too much, always quick to jump in bed. Stop it. Yes. He slept. You haven't heard from him 24 hours, and he come home and his reward is some cookie. Girl, no. What's going on says, I'm glad Iris took the pro and moved forward with Keith saying she wanted him to be the one and doing the paint. Yes, I was starting to wonder if she wanted to be married, but celibate like forever. Oh, that's a good one. Then she needs to marry somebody who believes that. Okay. What's going on says, I mean, does Iris have issues where she thought she found a way to be married and never have to consummate? Or what if she's not lollipops? I do believe that Iris, and a lot of us do believe that Iris, this is an assumption. We don't know this for a fact, but we're watching the show, we're drawing assumptions, we're discussing the show. I think there might have been some kind of abuse. And next week we'll learn more about her secret. Because at almost 30, you should not be grossed out about sex. Unless there was some kind of bad memory that reminds you of sex. Child, we be so touchy. Yeah, you want to touch me? Yes, here you go, touch. Shit. And then she's done other things. So maybe she has done other things with guys. Who knows? She's done other things. She didn't say with who. But for her to be grossed out with him kissing and What's going on? I should have suggested the above about Iris. I just don't understand because Keith, fine. Yeah. S. Jackson, Deonna needs to go do that glitter exercise as well. But at least Deonna has given it up now. She might not give up as much as Greg won, but she's giving it up. But that's a good idea. What's going on? Deonna set herself up perfect to come with anything, and Greg will be thrilled. Come on with it, girl. Supergirl, get up and win. Yes. I said last week, you could match Greg with the trait, and he would be in love because he's a lot like Amber. He's needy a lot. Remember, he was hurt. He was left. He built that house for the other girl that got up and left him. And then he became a stalker. And then he had to go to counseling to unbecome a stalker. I'm not laughing at him being a stalker, but you know. Okay. So Pastor Cal with Keith, he said marriage is tough. He said now he have to think he's going away from one person to being two person, which is a good thing. He asked, do you like her? Yes. Are you attracted to her? Yes. Are you sexually attracted to her? He said, I can't say that. Pastor Cal said, wait a minute. You don't know if you're sexually attracted to her? He said the dice game was uncomfortable and awkward. He said the dice game was a test, and it shows her sexual immaturity. He is very attracted to a sexually mature woman. Dr. Pastor Castle would say no. She said not measuring up, wants to make sure. He wants to be the one to take the virginity. Pastor Castle, wait a minute. You're telling me you don't even want to take the virginity? Not sure he wants to, and not sure that she sees him as the one to take it. Now, it's a gift, right? It's a gift. When I was younger, the thing was give your virginity to the one you love, and that's what I did to my baby daddy. Okay? To my big baby daddy. My big baby. Okay. To Lexi daddy. I was 16. I had no business giving up my virginity, having sex. But I did, and I got to pray. I got a baby. And she just turned 25 last week. Okay, so it is a gift. And I one of the things I'm going to be writing about is we need to get back to a place, ladies, where we value our virginity. Okay, value it. We need to value it because a lot of us don't. Jamie's with Pastor Kai. Y'all know I love Jamie, honey. He looks so sexy with that shadow. Woo, Lord. I was like, oh, Jamie, I just love you so much. I was single and he was single and he liked black girls, I would definitely say, "Hey, Jamie, hey." Pastor Cassie, you call her a materialistic C? The C word begins with the C, ends with the T? He said he came to a boiling point. He's embarrassed. And see, guys, ladies, husbands, and wives, we need to be so in control of our mouth, even with our kids. My first book, Praying for Our Children, because my daughter's special needs. Let me show you my first book. I'm going to do a reprint of it. My first book, Praying for Our Children. See, different children of different nationalities. I'm going to do a reprint on it. Is we can be so frustrated where we say the wrong things. One of my favorite scriptures, Proverbs 18:21, death and life is in the power of your tongue. You will have what you say. So be careful what you say. Wives, husband, be careful what you say to your husband. Okay? You saying he ain't no good. Well, you keep saying he ain't no good. I write notes out in for my husband and I stuff them in his socks, especially when he's traveling. So every time he puts a new one on, he can get a new word. I love you. I honor you. Ladies, these words, I respect you. I honor you. I appreciate what you do for me. Oh, you just so strong. What will make Jamie say yes? He said we can't have too many of these fights. Pastor Cal was dishing out the word. He said we react based on feeling, yes, versus knowing. So because of what we're going through at that time and we're feeling, you're going to react based on what you're feeling. And he said, how do you argue? How do we argue? So there is a key to arguing. Huh? Couples, husband and wife, there is a key to arguing, right? He said, what will make you say no? He bring up the cookie. He said, we ain't doing it enough. He said, she uses sexual control. She does. She does. Especially because he ain't laying that pipe. And if he gonna lay the pipe, it's gonna be once in a blue moon. Pastor Cassie, sex is so important to not be used as a weapon. Yes, 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 yes. That's something we are taught, especially husbands. Hello, Cardi. Sex is not to be used as a weapon. And he said, and the word divorce. My husband and I, we believe in continual counseling. We go see our marriage counselor about 4 or 5 times a year. And doesn't mean anything is wrong, but you go see him. One of the things he said, do not utter the words divorce. So we don't even say the word, we say the D word. Okay. He said you should not use sex, the word divorce, as weapons. Weapons are not for couples. Weapons are for war. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to lose. Shouldn't be looking to defeat your mate. Yes. It's like who can land the lowest blow? You know, especially with Jamie and Elizabeth, it's like who can hit the lowest? And you know, Elizabeth go real dirty, real low. He said, don't fight against each other, fight together. Because we know, for those of us who believe it, that the enemy is against marriage between a husband and a wife. Why? The church. Husband, wife represents the relationship between Christ, who represents the husband, and the church, who represents the wife. And so marriage between a husband and a wife is a picture, a replication of the relationship, the marriage between Christ and the church and what's in heaven. Because the earth is a picture, when God put Adam and Eve in the garden, is a picture of heaven. And so the marriage between a man and a woman, Christ represents the relationship and the marriage between Christ and the church. And in that day, at the wedding feast, when the church is joined with Christ for the marriage, Jesus said when he had the communion with his disciples, he said, I will not drink of this wine anymore until I drink of it with you in that day. And so we know that the enemy who comes to kill, steal, and destroy fights against marriage. And so that's why Pastor Cal, that's why I'm glad they have Pastor Cal. First, two says they have an atheist. I don't know why, because atheists, they're not going to encourage you, whatever. He's supposed to don't fight against each other. You're supposed to be fighting together to stay together. Powerful what Pastor Cal said. Lord Jesus. Pastor Cal said you need to accept her for who she is. Unfortunately, they're married. They're not dating. This is why dating is important. Because in dating, you're trying to see, can I love you for who you are? Can I love you with all your imperfections? Are your imperfections perfect for me? Will I love you in spite of your imperfections? Or am I going to try to change you to become the person I want you to be? And this is why in dating, sometimes we just have to walk away because their imperfections is not perfect for us. And I can't love you for you being a smoker. I just can't. So it's best to walk away. Woo, Pastor Cal was dropping the wisdom this week. Sometimes he get on my nerves, but sometimes he tells the truth. Let me see what y'all say. Pastor Cal was preaching. Okay. Yes. Yum, Jamie and Greg. Jamie and Greg. Ew, Greg. Ew, girl. I would have passed Greg up. I know he's a nice guy. And I'm going to do a video on this. He's a nice guy. He's a great guy, but you're just not physically attracted. I would pass Greg up. See my video I did about I would pass him up. I would be like Dion, like, okay. What's going on? Was it the C word? I thought it started with the S and ended with a T. No, I don't think that's that word. I think it's the C word. It's the C word. Why would he call her the S word? Wait a minute now. Wait, let me rethink this. I think it's the C word. Everybody, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to do a video. What's the word he called it? The S word or the C word? I thought it was the C word. Everybody, all the reviewers that I listened to, it's saying it's the C word. We all thought it was the C word. Wait a minute, Denise. Cardi, hi, darling. How are you? Thanks for joining me. I'm doing my review. What's going on? Beck uses sex as a weapon for a break from sex. Yes! 6 days a week or 6 times a week, exhausting if you have to do all the work. That is true. And I just don't think Jamie's laying the pipe because remember, they're newlyweds. It's not that there were couples they've been together for years and they're just tired of doing it. We're newlyweds. They've never had sex before. So I totally agree with you. What's going on is true when you are accountable to a higher power. Yes. Yes, amen. Hi, Katrina Jackson. Hey. Yes. And so when I was praying for my believing God, he needs to be born again. You need to have a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. You need to submit to Christ. If he's not in submitting to Christ, don't expect me to. How you want me to submit to you? I could not marry a man who's not in submission. Okay. Dr. calls and Beth. Oh, Beth is just crazy. She said, Beth, Jamie's not the same person he met a week ago. Name calling and insult will destroy the marriage. Yes, do not name call. Do not insult your couple. Your mate. It's just like your kids. Relationship between a husband and wife is similar to that of a parent and child. I don't insult my daughter. I don't call her names. I have never. My daughter's 25. I have never said about my daughter or to her that she's a bad girl. Never. I would never say that. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. You will have what you say. So based on what you want, you speak what you want, praying for our children. If you don't want her to be what you're saying, don't say it. And people will say, "Oh, he's so bad." I said, "No, no, 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 no," because they're just so used to calling kids bad. No, they're not bad. They might do bad things, but they're not bad. So the sex issue, 5 to 6 times. He wanted 5 to 6 times. We're trying to question: is it 5 to 6 days or 5 to 6 experiences? Like if you do it twice in one day, is that one time or is it two? She says 3 to 5 times she said he's saying it's not enough. She said, "Can I be honest? Sometimes I do it so he could shut up." And Dr. Coles is like, "Oh, go back to when she said Jamie called her the materialistic word." She said those words didn't come out his mouth, did you? She acted like you didn't hear it. You heard it, okay, Dr. Coles. They're having intimacy issues. Uh, I'm just tired of her. She's so they asked Jamie, "You want to stay together?" She says, frustrated as she is, "I really believe she's the person I'm supposed to be with." See, I was thinking good, the saying, good girls like bad boys with the exception of me. I don't like nothing hood, thuggish. I like the clean, good boy, quiet boy, the good boy, you know, never smoke, never drink. Well, not the drinking, I don't mind a wine, a beer, never get in trouble. The good boy, the quiet boy. That's what I like. Okay, that's my husband. I don't like them bad boys. So now I'm starting to think maybe the good boy, Jamie, because Jamie's daddy say he's well educated. So they put him in the best schools, and he like crazy. I think he liked the crazy. He liked the crazy. I think the fiance that he left that bought the house. Watch my video on it, honey. Fiance allegedly Jamie had a fiance that he left. She bought a house and all. Then next thing she knows, she see him on TV getting married. Make sure y'all watch that video, okay? Rumor has it. Mm-hmm. He said if it don't work, I don't know how I would date because I don't know what I would be looking for. And then Jane Beth said, "Yeah, stay with him. I'm committed." Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Pastor Cass go on to drop some more wisdom. He said when you hear people say they fall in love, that's the heart, emotional. Uh. Here he is. Who's that? President Obama. Yes. I asked Daddy to put a shirt on. You need a shirt. Oh, he's not saying hi. Okay, he just wanted to show me. Okay. So you don't need a shirt. Okay. He said love is a head thing. Love is a decision. Guys, ladies, I try to tell y'all it's a decision. Get all the data. You need to make an informed decision. Don't just fall in love. Oh, we just fell in love. I don't know why I love him. He ain't got no job, but I love him. What? He got 50, 11 kids, but I love him. And then you start crying when you have to care with them kids. You start crying when he ain't got no job. And you start crying, my husband ain't working 3 years, but you knew that he had no job when you married him, so why you complain? So he said love is a decision based on the information you have, data collected soon. Based on the information you have, you need to make an informed decision. Dating is also the process of elimination. So he said it's a decision. Excuse me. I'm good for you. I know you're good for me. Let's get together. I married my husband because I knew he was good for me. And he married me because he know I'm good for him. He'll call me in a second, baby. I need you to pray for so this happened. I need you to pray. Would you just pray for so and so? We're like right now. My husband said to me, he said, when I was dating you, I paid attention to how you spent your money. He said, I saw you did not waste your money, so I knew you wasn't going to waste mine. That's what he said, because he was paying attention. He was watching me. Okay. Pastor Castle, love is an intellectual decision. It's a decision you make intellectually. It is a decision you are supposed to make intellectually based on the information you have. Don't just fall in love without data, without the information, and then you find out later that he's not what he says he is, and then you start crying he ain't got no job. You knew he didn't have any job. You knew he wasn't working. You knew he was a lying, he was a cheating, he was abusing, but you just thought he was going to change for you. No, 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 no. Based on the decision you have, based on the data you have, excuse me, based on the information you have and what you know, you need to make an informed decision, because the decision you make, you will have to lay in it. Lay in that bed. So some people nowadays, I don't even have no compassion. No, I'm not putting no money in your what is it? PayPal fund, whatever, because we're about to be evicted because he ain't worked in 5 years. Excuse me? A husband that is supposed to provide, protect, and profess, and you working 6 jobs and he's staying at home all day playing video games and eating bonbons, and now you want me to put some money in your fund, whatever fund, because y'all is about to get evicted and you don't know what you're going to do? Girl, no, sorry, I'm sorry. I say I was doing it no more time. Love is a decision. It is an intellectual decision based on the information you have. That's why you need to get the information. So when my husband told me at 3 months he loved me, I said, thank you. Why? I wasn't finished getting the information. I had the credit report. I didn't have the W-2s, and I didn't have the blood. The blood test could wait. And so after that, he was standing there looking. I remember I was like, thank you. He was looking at me like Greg was looking at Diona like, like, yeah, tell me you love me too. No, it's an intellectual decision based on, because I wanted to know, you know, is the debt I can live with? Because we all have a little bit of debt, right? There's this guy, he was almost $500,000 in debt. He went to that school that President Trump went to. I can never remember that name. Denise, the school in Philadelphia, the business accounting school. He told me he was almost $500,000 in debt. Guess what I did? Guess what I did? Guess what I did? Guess what I did? I ran for my life. You hear me? Man, I ain't gonna marry no man. $500,000 in debt. No, that was 2008, I think. At that time, he was renting a studio apartment, right? And the recession hit. He lost his job. Oh, then he had to move in with his mama because he couldn't pay his rent, and the student loan fees was killing him. So can you imagine if I had went through and married him? That would have been on my shoulder. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. So all the couples decide to recommit and stay for the money. But the money, except for Diona and Greg, I think they're really in it. I really do think Diona and Greg is in it to win it. S. Jackson says, I thought it was the B word. I don't know. I think the C word is worse than the B word. But now, who was it? What's going on said it's the S word. I don't know why he would call her the S word, though. Because, the S is like you're really S'ing. S. S like sassy. Okay, so it's not like she's really out there being an S. Unless he's talking about her being an S before, which I could see. Because, she's one of them out there girls. Katrina said, hi there. First question one should ask is, do you have a relationship? Yes. That's my number one in my list. I wrote about that in my book when I was dating. If he was not born again, we have nothing else to talk about. Then why don't you lead me to Jesus? Here's my daddy's phone number. Call him. He's a pastor. He'll get you to Jesus, not me. Bye. Katrina, right. Kids aren't bad. They are just active. Yes, 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 yes. What's going on? Well educated does not mean he has anything. Girl, that's true. I pray for my husband to have common sense too. Because, I love the smart boys like Jamie, my husband. Brilliant. Brilliant. My husband can talk any subject, any topic you bring up, he can talk about it. But you're right. Smart does not mean common sense. Right? Because Jamie, some of that stuff he says, like, you don't have no common sense. You don't know you can't say that to a woman. What's going on? So blah blah blah. You're a girlfriend. Thank you, Curtis and Quebec. Thank you. I like bright colors. Love bright colors. Okay, let's try to finish up real quick. I gotta take this. And I'm trying to get baby daddy not to take them today. Like, can we wake up early tomorrow morning and go on the road? He's like, no, no, no. Let's go at 2. The sun is coming down. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, it's hot. I cannot do the heat. Okay. He calls me brown sugar. I'm gonna melt. All right. So the couples, they go back home. Iris is getting on my nerves. Iris says she's concerned that Keith doesn't see them beyond the 8 weeks. I hope he don't. I just don't think they're a good match. She said they have a lot of things in common. I don't know. And they're the same age. Keith, he said, they have responsibility. You know what he's talking about? Wifey duties. He said that virginity is an obstacle, leaves him in a tough place. Don't know if he's ready to take it. Don't know if he's the one. Iris doesn't have to lead sex, but can do sexual things. She said it doesn't have to lead to sex, but they could do sexual things. Thank you, Iris. Because again, I do not believe you should do it, but I think you can be sexual. Do sexual things. Okay, because Keith already told us that y'all be hooking up. And y'all be, lollipop, lollipop. And you've done other things. Deonna and Greg. Greg's not 100 sure about Deonna. I think Deonna really needs to just open up at least halfway. Okay, she's still closed off. So I said, Deonna, you need to do a 180, a 90% change in the next 4 weeks. Okay. She says she don't want her marriage not to work because of lack of communication. She tells Greg that she goes of nonverbal cues. Hello, you're married and you're doing the do. So hello, you need to be verbal. Greg talks about he understands the fear of being hurt. She said she surely loved that person and she couldn't understand how that person could hurt her the way they did. It was deep. Greg's sure about his parents getting a divorce, that Greg parents went home. Mama found out that Greg daddy have a whole nother family in Africa, in the bushes of Africa. And he said, my mama from North Carolina. We don't do that. He said, yes, in some cultures they have 2 wives, but my mom's from North Carolina, South Carolina. We don't do that. So she said they got a divorce, and he said his mother never remarried or have a boyfriend because of that hurt. And so, ladies, some of us that's been hurt, this is why you don't fall in love. Okay, you don't fall. You don't fall head first. My daddy said, don't fall in love because you can fall out of love because you'll get hurt. You're not doing it with intellect. You're doing it off emotions. And emotions lie. And he says, well, how can I help? Oh, I love that. But that's the one married Greg. And he said, and he looked a little short. And I can't do a short guy. My husband, he's lucky because he's 6 feet. He's lucky. Okay. He had a lot of other things to make up for his short. I'm joking, y'all. Go ahead and marry the short brothers. They will love you right. He said, I will protect your heart like I protect mine. That is so sweet. And that's what we want because, ladies, what did the Lord, Apostle Paul says, husband, love your wives as Christ loves the church. And my daddy would add, how does Christ love the church? He died for her. And Greg starts with Joseph, but how come I need to meet Dr. Vivian? Because, she's a sex therapist. Talk about things that she wanted to do with Deonna. And Deonna said, she would say, pump your brakes and have a little bit of patience. So Deonna is saying Greg is impatient. Okay, because he want to just get to it. He want to get in full force. I think Greg is a lot like Amber. That's why Greg gets hurt because he just go in head first. Hey, Goldie Michael, how are you? How are you? How are you guys? Mix mingle connect. Make sure you guys are subscribed to me, please, please, please. Okay, last little bit. Matt and Amber. Oh, I'm so tired of her, Lord Jesus. She said, "Why don't you want to spend time with me?" Basically, she said, "I have a lot of sex with you." Listen, she said, "I give it to you a lot. We have a lot of physical. I'm very physically attracted to you." So that means she gives it to him several times a day. She said, "There's no emotional intimacy." Right. Back up, Amber. Back you and Beth. Okay, y'all start dishing out the cookie, and then when you see there's no emotional connection, now you want to take the cookie off the table and say we need to be emotional connected. You should have tried to get an emotional connection first before you got physical. Okay, I connected emotionally with my husband the first time I met him, even though he took a whole month to call me. So I was selling my first book, promoting my first book, Praying for Our Children. And he said, "Oh, my mama loves to read." And I asked him, "Do you think she will like my book?" And he said, "I think she will. I think she would. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to get some books from you." My husband, he bought 10 copies of them. Not that night, but after he called me. So ladies, pay attention. Stop having sex with these men and then you wonder why y'all don't have an emotional connection. Emotional connection is the foundation. Okay, because even when sex is gone, what you're still gonna have is that emotional connection. And she talked about, do you want to work at? She said, he said, well, you see, um, mm, um, well, you see what had happened was, and she said, "I'm proud of Amber." She said, "Well, if you don't want to, that's okay also." I'm proud of her, but I don't know if I believe her. And he said, no, I want to. She said, "Listen, minimal guidelines. You got to text me at the beginning of the night, at the end of the night, and the latest you can come home is 2:30 a.m. Excuse me? Is he your husband or your child, Amber?" Because now, see, you're making him text you. You are making him come home, and he's not doing it because he wants to. This is because Amber wants him to. I got a problem with that, but we'll see. Listen to what Matt says because we need to be watching him for the next 4 weeks. He said, "I'm going to show you and I'm not going to tell you." He said, "Listen carefully. My actions will tell you all you want to know and prove to you." Matt said it. My actions is going to tell you all that you want to know, because I think Matt's action has been telling Amber all this time, "I don't want you, don't like you, don't want to be married to you. Oh my God, I'm only here for the money. My agent is making me do this. I just need this 8 weeks to be over." So we will need to watch him. I already know, for the next 4 weeks. What will his actions say? Jamie and Craybeth in the bed with a dog, Lord Jesus. Oh, no. This is when Jamie came to make up to Beth. They hug, and did y'all see that? Was that weird or was it me? She stares off like, did y'all see that or was it just me? He apologized. She accepts. She's hurt emotionally. She's broken down. I don't understand. She's going to set some boundaries. She say, "I need space when I'm in the room. Don't come in there." She's going on and on. He's like, wait a minute. Don't, no name calling. He said, "I will not be demeaned." See, Jamie's a man that requires respect. This is why I don't think it's going to work. They both need something that they both have. Okay. Jamie has money. Crazy Beth has money. So Jamie's ability to provide don't phase her because her daddy pays her bills anywhere, and her daddy's a multimillionaire or he got money. and she don't even have to work. And she does not respect him. So I don't know how that's gonna work. And he said, "You will not demean. I will not be demeaned." And Grace said, Jamie said, "We love each other." Beth said, "If this happens again, it's gonna be it." I think this should have been it. But the rumor has it that they are together. We have a picture of them together. I'm gonna see if I can do a rumor alert. They are together, allegedly. They were seen going to some kind of game. And Jamie says something that my marriage counselor said, and my dad says, and Pastor told us that you need to find time to sit down and talk about you, just both of you. So my husband, at least once a week, we do something. We go out for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. We do a lot of day dates while our kids are in school because we don't like leaving our kids, or just sit here and talk. Bedtimes, you'll see the couples getting in bed. Beth and Jamie is in the bed with the dog. Beth says, "You have nose hair. I need to wax it." Jamie said, "I have something for you to wax." Jamie said, "I got something for you to wax." He just can't help himself. Then she said, "Can I wax your?" At that point, I started doing this right. Couples get into bed, and then it goes to Iris and Keith with the glitter, edible glitter paint. It was painful to watch. You could just tell in her face. She was like, she was trying to get into it, but she just couldn't. I mean, something happened to her that this brings back bad memories. Maybe she didn't go to counseling. I don't know. I can't wait for next week because I want to know what is her secret. In the reviews for next week, which I will try to do early tomorrow morning while little Michael is asleep, she said something about only the doctor and my mom knows. And then Keith says, "I'm more confused now that I know her secret. I'm more confused." So I don't know what the secret is, but I want to know because maybe that can explain this whole thing. Because I don't know any 30-year-old, almost 30-year-old woman who is grossed out by sex unless there has been some kind of abuse to have bad reaction, bad memories. Like I don't like basements, right? I don't like basements because y'all know I'm from Jamaica. And when I first came here in a snowstorm, that's why I love winter so much. I love winter. We went to my daddy's house and he opened the door and the steps were going down. And I'm standing there and he's like, "Come on." And I'm like, "No, that's a cellar." Because back home, going down is a cellar. So I'm like, "You live in the cellar? I'm going to sleep in the cellar?" To this day, I am 42 in October. I do not like basements. My husband got me a laundry company. They come sometimes. Sometimes I'll have them pick it up or we'll drop it off. I just wash our towels and the baby clothes because our wash and drying is in the basement. And I'm like, I dread going in the basement. So something has happened to Iris where this whole intimacy sex thing throws her off, grosses her out, bad memories, bad interaction, bad, just bad. That she's hiding behind her being a virgin. Somebody said if she was hurt, then maybe she's not a virgin no more. But I don't, technically she might not be, but I think she still sort of be because if that was taken away from you, you never gave that up. So I don't know what the word is, but it was not technically. So to some extent, she still is. If God forbid, I'm not saying, we're just making assumptions and guessing and thinking. If it was taken, then she still is, because she didn't give it up freely. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? All right, y'all. What do you guys think? I thank you. You guys have been so faithful to me. I'm gonna make sure when my new book comes out, I'm gonna make sure I send you guys a book. You know, those of you who are on the chat right now, because I don't want people to say, to watch it later and say, "Oh, you say you was gonna send me a book." You know, those of you who comment. I really appreciate you guys. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I made it. Yes. It's still too long. I want to have, but I really enjoyed this show. I love this show because it has a lot to do with dating and marriage and stuff like that. So make sure, please join me next Wednesday, 8:30. I'm going to do the reviews tomorrow. If you guys have not seen the reviews, I will talk you guys through it. Of course, I can't show it, but I will talk you guys through the reviews. It is hot. Beth called Dr. Vivian the B word. She was like, "Listen, B, here come baby daddy. I have to go. It's time to go. It's 1 o'clock. We have to go to bed." Hey, boo boo. Okay, I have to go, guys. I love you. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for those thumbs up. Please share these out. And I will see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to get up early and do the reviews tomorrow morning. And then also my dating content. Please be sure to check that out. Please be sure to check to make sure you subscribe. You gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And yes, remind me that I said when my book comes out, I'm going to send you copies of my book. But I have a lot of books, so you might not want the dating book. Okay, I have the Praying for Our Children. I'm going to do a reprint. I have In Christ I Am. Beth needs this. Iris needs this. Diona needs it. And then I have the Naked One, which is up there. All right, gotta go. Love you, love you, love you. See you next week.